This is me again, Big Mama, coming to you with a little bit of a tidbit of information. Hey, don't you know that in the Bible, remember when Moses, through God, divided the Red Sea and the children of Israel walked across on dry land? Well, don't you know there are 4 times in the Bible that a large body of water was divided and the people walked across on dry land? It's true. The first one is Moses, Exodus chapter 14 verse 16. It talks about Moses, how he stretched out his rod and the waters of the Red Sea banked up on both sides. Now they were running from Pharaoh, but in Joshua, with Joshua as the leader, Joshua 3rd chapter verse 17, it tells us that just like God was with Moses, that he was with Joshua as well. And they weren't running from Pharaoh, but God wanted all the people to know that he was with him just like he was with Moses. And it says, Joshua 3 verse 17, it says, oh, here it is. Joshua 3, verse 17, it says, "And the priests that bear the ark of the covenant of the Lord stood firm on dry ground in the midst of the Jordan. And all the Israelites passed over on dry ground." On dry ground in the midst of the Jordan River. Wow. Third time was in the book of 2 Kings, 2nd chapter, where we talk about Elijah and how he was with Elisha, and God was getting ready to take him up in a whirlwind. The second Kings, 2nd chapter, verses 8 and 9, it says, "And Elijah took his mantle and wrapped it together and smote the waters, and they were divided hither and thither, so that they too went over on dry ground." This is the Jordan River. Elijah with a J. And then you look at 2 Kings, 2nd chapter, verses 13 and 14. Elisha, after Elijah had been taken away, and Elijah's mantle and his coat fell from him, Elisha, who wanted a double portion of Elijah's spirit, he got the mantle and his coat, and he went back across the Jordan. And verse 13 and 14 says, "He took up also the mantle of Elijah that fell from him, and went back and stood by the bank of the Jordan. And he took the mantle of Elijah that fell from him, and he smote the waters. And those waters also banked up, and he went across on the other side." Didn't you know that? I'm so glad that the same God that did all of that back then can and he will do the same for us today. Of course, today we don't have any need for him to part the waters for us to go across. But whatever our problem, whatever our situation, could be just as big. And he can handle it just like he did for those people back then. Exercise your faith in God. He'll come through. Until next time, bye-bye.